Hey there. So, you're here because you want to support an AAC user on their journey to communicate, right? Well, you've come to the perfect spot. We're about to break down the single most powerful strategy you can use. Seriously. Okay, let's just jump right in.
All right, first things first. I want you to think about something we've all seen. How does a baby learn to talk? I mean, really, think about it. It kind of feels like magic, doesn't it? But it's not. It's actually a very specific and surprisingly simple process.
It's this simple. They listen. That's it. For months and months, they're just soaking it all in, like a little sponge. They absorb everything before they even try to say their first real word. And that right there, that one idea, is the key to, well, to everything we're going to talk about. So that leads us right into the big idea here. Because that same exact principle, that idea of listening and absorbing first, it applies directly to learning AAC. It's the same concept, just in a different context. And get this, we're talking 9 to 12 months, a whole year, practically. That's a huge reminder for us to be patient, right? We can't expect someone using AAC to just start talking overnight when a baby gets almost a full year of just listening. So here's the comparison, and it's crystal clear. To learn spoken language, a baby has to hear words. Simple enough. Well, to learn AAC, a user has to see words. That's the input. Hear to speak, see to communicate. It really is that direct of a link. Okay, so the big question is, how do we help someone see their language? Well, we do it with a strategy called modeling. Let's unpack what that really means. So modeling, you might also hear it called aided language input, is just this. You point to the symbols on the AAC system at the same time you're speaking. And here's the most important part, so listen close. You're not asking them to do a thing. You're not quizzing them. You are simply showing them how their language works, right as it happens. Here's a great way to think about it. You basically become a narrator. You're narrating what's happening, but you're using both your voice and their device. It's the ultimate show, don't tell for learning a language. Okay, so that's the big idea. But theory is one thing, right? The question is, how do you actually start doing this, like today? Well, that's where your modeling starter kit comes in. We've got some super simple, practical things you can start doing the minute this is over. So we've got 5 main strategies. Start small, be a narrator, be an interpreter, use routines, and focus on core words. Let's walk through each one, and we're going to start with what I think is the most important rule of them all. All right, strategy number 1, and please, if you only remember one thing, let it be this. Start small. You do not have to model full, complicated sentences. In fact, please don't. It's way simpler than that. And this should feel like a huge weight off your shoulders. Just pick one word for the whole day. Seriously, just one. Think about a word like go. How many times do you say that in a day? 100? Time to go, let's go, make it go. All you do is every time you say it, you just tap the go button on their device. That's all. It's so doable, and it works. Okay, strategy number 2, be a narrator. I want you to pretend you're a sportscaster, giving the play-by-play of your day. You're just commenting on what's happening, either what you're doing or what they're doing, and you use their device to point out a key word. For example, it's lunchtime, they're eating, you just reach over, touch the symbol for eat, and say, you're eating lunch. That's it. You're just connecting a real action to a symbol in a really meaningful and totally no pressure way. All right, this next one, strategy 3, is so powerful. You're going to act as an interpreter. You're going to give them the words for what they're already trying to tell you with their body or their actions. Just look at this example. The student covers their ears. So you could press the button for loud and say something like, oh, it looks like you're telling me it's too loud. By doing that, you're not just guessing, you are validating their entire experience. You're basically saying, hey, that feeling you have right now, there's a word for it, and it's right here. I get it. I see you. So let's put this all together in a real-life situation. Snack time. Routines like this are absolute gold for modeling because they happen every day, they're predictable, and you get tons of chances to use the same words over and over. And look how easy this can be. You say, you want snack. As you say want, you just press the want button. Then you ask, do you want more? And maybe you press want and then more. See? You're not tapping out the whole sentence. You're just zeroing in on those key core words. Okay, so we've talked about what modeling is and how to do it, but let's zoom out for a second and talk about the why. Why does all this matter so much? Why is it worth your time and energy?
Because every single time you model, you're doing a few really crucial things. One, you're showing them this device isn't a game, it's a real tool for communication. Two, you're bathing them in language, giving them tons of exposure to words in ways that actually mean something to them. You're also showing them little by little how words can be combined. And maybe the most important thing of all, you're creating a space for connection without any pressure to perform.
Look, at the end of the day, this isn't just a strategy or a technique you're learning. It's so much more than that. When you model, you are literally giving someone the gift of language. You're building a bridge from their inner world to the outside world, so they can share who they are, one single word at a time.
So that's it. That's the big idea. And it leaves us with just one question. A question for you. What's it going to be? What's the one word, just one, that you're going to start with today? Think about it. Thanks so much for joining me.